Hello, guys. Welcome back to another SD Reacts. Um, we've had another request for the pyramids, so we'll get into that. But first of all, I just wanted to show people a website that I stumbled across. If you know of these um, catalog websites where you sign up, they give you credit, then you pay weekly for the item. There are some reputable ones, it's quite high APR, so you end up paying back much more, which is, the benefit of being able to pay for them monthly. I got an email from a company, I can't remember what it's called, let's have a look. No, wrong email address. Ignore that. So, yes, this one here, Flavor Home, right? They sent me an email saying sign up now, doesn't matter about your credit history, we'll give you 500 quid. And my spending allowance, I know you can't see it there, if I do, no, you still can't see it, but yeah, they gave me 500 quid straight up that I'm not going to use. I just want to talk about something, right? The tactics that these kind of people use if they're not regulated, like this one most likely isn't. So an Asus GT 1030 2 gig graphics card, right? If you know your computers like I do, that is a shit card, okay? But look, it's £200 and it used to be 770 quid. We're saving £570, right? That's mad savings. You'd be a fool not to take that up, wouldn't you? But this one here is the same card. It's 77 quid on Amazon. I mean, I understand that these types of sites have to put on a little to be able to, for the benefit of giving people the facility to pay weekly. But to use tactics like this, where they can buy in a bulk load of them things from Amazon for like 50 quid, sell them for 100 quid, and they're still making 50 quid on them. This is purely fucking sales tactics. It's never. How can you warrant buying an 80 quid card for £770? Because they've never sold it like that. It's purely, they put it there so you go, oh wow, look how much it's off. For someone who doesn't understand computers or know that much about graphics cards and that sort of thing, and they get this, they're like, oh, I really want to build a gaming computer. They're going to look at that and go, oh my god, it was 770 quid. It must be a good card. It's now only 200 quid. Let's get that. They've given me £500 straight up. And then this card here is going to be dog shit. You're not going to be able to play fucking anything. You might be able to play Minecraft with all the fucking textures turned down. But even that, you're going to struggle. So, be wary of these websites. Today's video, someone requested the pyramids. Okay, so this is 6 amazing pyramid coincidences that confuse scientists. I know of one, and what I will say, I'll tell you it before because I'll probably cover it. The coordinates on planet Earth of the Great Pyramids of Giza, like the main one, the tallest one, is the exact. Like the coordinates itself is the exact number of the speed of light. If you look at the speed of light and then the coordinates of the Great Pyramid of Giza, they're exactly the same, digit for digit. That I don't see as a coincidence. That has to be planned. Like they obviously, whoever built the pyramids had to have known. I do not believe that is a pure coincidence that you can get there's about 11 digits in the speed of light. Like the exact equation, the exact number of speed in miles per hour, or it's probably miles a minute or something, or miles a second. And then the coordinates to match up perfectly. Come on. We'll crack on with the video.
6 amazing pyramid coincidences that confuse scientists. Some say it's just a coincidence, while others say it's part of a bigger story. The mysterious pyramids have always confused the public and scientists alike. And here are the 6 amazing pyramid coincidences that confuse scientists. Number 6, they withstood the test of time. The pyramids are some of the oldest megastructures, if not the oldest megastructures that still stand today. They were constructed around 2500 BC, and while many other buildings from that era were discovered, none of them were even close to as large or as well maintained as the Great Pyramids of Giza. In fact, out of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the pyramids were actually the oldest wonder that was featured on it. But do you know how many of those wonders are still standing today? 1. The pyramids managed to outlast not just its contemporaries, but also structures that were built thousands of years after it with more advanced technology, while only suffering minor exterior damage. So how come, despite not having any access to advanced technology, the pyramids managed to last such a long time without collapsing? No one truly knows. It can have been the structure of the pyramids themselves, as other pyramids around the world, including those that are much more recent than this one and ones that use similar materials, have managed to collapse while the Giza pyramids stand tall above the rest. Either we haven't truly discovered the extent of the engineering that went into making these incredible pyramids, or there may be something protecting the pyramids that we don't know of yet. Number 5. Other pyramids around the world. The pyramids of Giza are far from the only pyramids in the world, and there are numerous other examples of pyramids.
Just quickly, I can't even remember what I was going to say. Literally. Sorry.
Being built in faraway regions of the world. Egypt itself has over 100 pyramids, and neighboring Sudan has more pyramids than any other country on Earth, with over 220 pyramids. While pyramids in these 2 neighboring countries are nothing of a surprise, it gets really interesting when you consider how far away the influence of pyramids actually reached. There have also been pyramids found all over ancient South America, with a lot of them being impressive iconic structures in their own right. There were also structures that slightly resembled pyramids found in other parts of the world. What's shocking about this is that they used the same construction methods that the Egyptians used to build their pyramids, despite there being absolutely zero cross-Atlantic contact during the time. There is absolutely no way that the Mesoamericans could have had any knowledge about the Egyptians, leading to some wondering if there was actually any cross-Atlantic contact during that time that we simply don't know of yet. It certainly is one of those questions that we might never have the answer to. Number 4. True North. The origins of the pyramids of Giza are uncertain, although it's generally agreed upon that the pyramids were built to house the mummified bodies of the 3 pharaohs that were buried there: King Khufu, King Khafre, and King Menkaure. From the largest pyramid to the smallest, indicating their significance and level of respect. The mythological reasons behind the construction of the pyramids are something that has always troubled scientists when it came to understanding them. Many historians and scientists have tried to uncover the mythological mystery behind them, and one of them definitely stands out. All of the pyramids point towards the true north. True north is the direction of the...
That's what I was going to say. Apparently, I'm not sure whether it's true. A lot of people have said it, but so they all point true north, but also the 3 pyramids in Egypt all sort of match Orion's belt. So the 3 stars that make Orion's belt, the star constellation, they're literally pretty much anywhere, any time of the year, they always match up with Orion's belt. It's another thing.
The Earth's surface that aligns itself with the North Pole of the world. Considering the North Pole is an entirely hypothetical point that wasn't even thought to have been studied by Egyptians or any other civilization of the time, it really makes you wonder how much of what we know about the world today stems from research done thousands of years ago in the ancient Egyptian civilization. Regardless, what we know now is not thought to have been a result of research in ancient Egypt, but rather just an independent coincidence. Whether it's truly a coincidence or not is for you to decide. But there is a possibility that due to discoveries like these, the ancient Egyptian civilization might have been more advanced than we could have ever thought of before. Number 3. Noah's Ark. This is not the first time religion has been associated with the Great Pyramids of Giza. As followers of many religions, from polytheistic indigenous religions to monotheistic Abrahamic religions, have all had their own theories about the pyramids, their use, and their origins. Noah's Ark is one of the Bible's most well-known stories, and it consists of the biblical Noah rescuing himself, his family, and one kind of every species of animal on earth in an ark or a ship from a massive flood that would have otherwise devastated most of the world. It's believed that God himself commanded Noah to build the ark so he and the animals would be spared from such a flood. Now, according to the biblical narrative, Noah lived to be around 900 years old. So it's entirely possible that he lived around the same time the pyramids were built. The search for Noah's Ark has been going on for thousands of years, and so far no results have been yielded, leading to a lot of scientists claiming that the story is disproven. However, one theory suggests that Noah's Ark might have been the Great Pyramids of Giza. Think about it. They're the only structures that were massive enough to conduct such an operation. They're around the same region, the Middle East and North Africa, as the region which Noah belonged to. And as many scientists have already pointed out, it would have been nearly impossible to build such a structure based on the technology available at the time. While it's unlikely, it's certainly a theory that makes you think. The pyramids may have been built through divine intervention after all. Number 2. The pyramids weren't built by slaves. Slavery was a common practice worldwide until the late 19th century. And before then, most of the world's most iconic structures were built by enslaved people against their will and not by willing workers who were paid some sort of wage for their work. The Egyptian pyramids too were always thought to have been built by brutally treated slaves who worked day in and day out transporting blocks and being abused. This mostly stems from the account of ancient Greek historians, who were amazed at the engineering feats of the Great Pyramids and tried to make some sense of how it was possible to build something so amazing such a long time ago. We believe these theories as recently as the 90s. However, upon more research, the workers who built the pyramids might have been treated fairly after all. There were indications that the workers actually lived with their families in the nearby fields of the Nile, were often paid in gold and beer, showed very little signs of abuse on their bodies, and actually were incredibly healthy, being fed prime cuts of beef and other nutritious foods. The labor that went into the construction was also not as harsh as previously thought, as the ancient Egyptians had access to many man-powered machines that helped with the transportation of the massive building blocks that made up the pyramids. Number 1. The speed of light. We don't know the true extent of the mathematical knowledge that the ancient Egyptians had, nor do we know to what extent math was used in Egyptian mythology or astrology. However, one coincidence had scientists and people shocked. The coordinates of the Great Pyramid of Giza, 29.9792458 degrees north, and the speed of light, 299,792,458 meters per second, are almost the exact same numbers. The speed of light is thought to have been first discovered by Danish astronomer Ole Rømer in 1676. So how come the Great Pyramid of Giza was built on the exact coordinates as that thousands of years before the discovery? This is something we don't know, and we might never truly know the answer to. As far as we or scientists are concerned, this is all purely just a coincidence and nothing else. But not everyone is convinced. The ancient Egyptians might have actually known about the speed of light thousands of years before the rest of the world caught on. But we'll probably never truly know whether this is a coincidence or if it has some sort of meaning behind it. And that's a wrap for the 10 amazing pyramid coincidences that confuse scientists. If you enjoyed this video, make sure...
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know what happened there. Very interesting stuff. There are many... I think this is quite a tame one. There are many other theories and coincidences and that sort of thing that we can go deeper into. One of them that you didn't mention was the theory that they were built by aliens, or like a higher like beings with a higher consciousness. I saw, like, if you watch, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a documentary about ancient Egypt and aliens, and the theory is that the pyramids were built because the tip of the pyramid, like the four sides, and it is a perfect landing spot for the craft. So there's like a hole in the middle of the craft, and it literally just perches on top. And they found a ladder as well. There was like or like a chute directly from the middle sized pyramid, all the way down to like the ground level, if you like. So if there was like a door, they could come out, they could go down the chute, and then they're on the floor and they could come out. Gods, these people could be aware of the deities, and to hide their true faces, they could wear like dog helmets. A mask of a dog, that would be, then they'd come to be Anubis. That might be where Anubis comes from. Or, a head of a falcon or something, an ibis, like the ancient Egyptian gods. Maybe there were aliens in disguise, which is why they were able to build these giant structures, and with the coincidences that surround them. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you believe they were built by aliens? Do you believe it's all just a coincidence and that's just it? The universe is funny like that. It throws up little gags to keep you interested, to keep you insane. Or do you think that there is no coincidences? That's got to mean something. There has to be more that maybe we don't know, or the powers that be already know and aren't sharing it with the public. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, take care. Thank you for watching, and always do what you love the most. See you later.